Hello everyone, it is I, Evil Skyman, and welcome back to your regularly scheduled program of Adventures of Avacia, Heavenless Sky, Session 48. We're all here today having a great time. I know it looks like we're missing someone, but our good friend Sagoon will be along very shortly. He's just grabbing some food real quick. And it gives most of these fools time to figure out which one of them is the lucky winner of today's Roll That Dice on who's giving the session recap. So let's see here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. So 1d4. Please, Garrett. I mean, not Garrett. Ryan, please, do the honors.
I need it. Roll that die, please, and let it be Garrett. Let it be 1.
Why? Why? What did I do?
It is,
yeah, fuck you.
It is
Fuck you, bitch.
actually, it is Ryan.
Yeah, fuck you. Karma, motherfucker.
My own hubris has screwed me over.
The spell has shot back.
This is a first. This can't happen.
So, Ryan, what
Focus,
happened
everybody.
last session?
Shit got real, yo. You know? It just got real. So basically, from the top. Where's the fucking at? Where is it? Where the fuck is it?
It's right there. It's just
I see it. We're fine.
there you go. Here, I'll highlight it for you.
So, we kind of start off with kind of going to the community hall to speak to, man, Reina, after the whole them freaking out over the graveyard with the bodies being taken. Oryx is he's kind of like, hey, I'm gonna head out. Can you guys like take care of this? Everyone's like, okay, cool. Reina kind of goes over it in detail, like how she heard stuff at the storehouses and whatnot. Saw Toxon, saw the bandits. They go outside, and then it looked like Toxon was like pouring some kind of acid on the lock to get inside because he was just like, it's Toxon. He's an asshole. No one likes him. And then she then goes over to detail of like her sister Vima, who was taken. Her body was taken. We do get some background information about her, about her being like a kind of like a prodigy, about joining the Mages Union, or Mages Academy, but then she got kind of got by a corruptor. We then like kind of detail like, hey, we kind of think we know where Toxon's at, so we let the mayor know about it. Like, hey, we're probably gonna get him ourselves instead of just making a trap here. We're just gonna go to where he's at because we have a pretty good idea where he is. We then kind of after that we all kind of group up with Oryx and everybody, and we kind of make a plan, decent plan of having Marl, Lorelei, Sagoon, and Oryx kind of be the front runners of like, hey yo, we're here to wreck your shit. We don't like, we're just gonna fuck you up and be kind of the distraction, while Aryax, Bo, and Joel would like kind of sneak around just to see like what the fuck Toxon has planning, because with Toxon you never really know, and also to try to find Vima's body just in case it's like if her body's there and if maybe we could prevent from anything crazy happening. So we get there. Sagoon's a beast. He's a baller. He's a G. Fireball. Everyone dies. Oh, a good portion dies. As we're kind of, and they kind of start the big old fight. Everyone's paying attention to them. Aryax, Bo, and Joel, they're easily able to go around this. It's a lot of noise. Sagoon's a monster. He's a G. Drew everyone's attention. Everyone's afraid of them. It's great. I will state that we did kind of notice something odd of the fact that like, why are there like no corruptors here? Like, kind of weird. We just kind of go on kicking the shit out of people. While the fight's going on with Oryx and everybody else, Aryax, Joel, actually make it to the tent and kind of search what's inside. They find some notes. A weird like, I'm trying to remember. It was like rainbow colored, right? The jar, like it was like,
Yes.
yeah, it was like rainbow colored, and we were kind of like, what the hell is this? And then Joel's able to kind of sift through the notes, kind of see like, oh yeah, this is like Toxon's experiment of like making this, basically using the grumble fruit to kind of like make this hella out of control, like makeshift blood, I guess you would call it, right? A grumble blood is what, yeah, grumble blood is what it's called. I think in the notes he also states like, hey, like more likely than not, you're gonna die from this. Like you will straight up die if you take this. But if it does work, it's gonna do a lot of crazy shit. And we kind of keep searching. Aryax finds the box of wyvern scales, which kind of sets him off because it's like, hey, this is my national animal. Like, the fuck? These things are meant to like kill corruptors. You killed wyverns? Oh, nah, we're not playing this game. So Aryax just looks at Joel's like, just search the rest. I gotta take care of some business. Grabs one of the grumble fruits that's just lying around and starts, presetting, wrapping the mana chain around it to do a point blank blast to Toxon's face for being an asshole that he is. While Aryax went to do that, Joel actually finds the formula and the blueprints of like a chimera, which is highly illegal to do in the first place. Very highly illegal. It involved wyvern, human, giant pufferfish, wyvern shark, and a shit ton of corruptors. This also kind of led to the idea of like, oh shit, that human in the blueprint, Vemic kind of fits that description, so we'll just, get there when we get there. Then it goes back to the fight. It's a tough, ruffle tuffle. Everyone's kicking ass. They're able to take Toxon down. And then Toxon and his, because he's an asshole that he is, he crushes like this black marble in his hand, and everyone here and probably in the surrounding area, including the village, hear a god-awful shriek deep in the forest, in which Toxon then lets us know, like, hey, I'm a villain. You guys have two options. Leave me alone and save the village, or take me in and let the village suffer. And Oryx is basically like, nah, we're not going to have that. I'm going to break your legs. In which Toxon says, what? And Toxon's legs continue to get broken by Oryx, so he cannot run away. And then we also take Toxon with us to wherever the fuck this creature that he woke up is at, and which then Toxon is freaking out because he's like, we're all gonna die. On the way, Marl lets the royal guards know, like, hey, we got the dude. Can you please make the circle so you can grab him? They let us know that, like, hey, it's gonna take like hours. We'll start. It's just gonna take a while, so you guys are kind of just stuck. So go through the forest where we find a cottage. Toxon is talking even more dumb shit because he's an ass. As we approach the cottage, I think we also fucking like what's the word I'm looking for? We prevent him from speaking. Yeah, we gag him because he's like, just shut up. We know you screwed everyone over. We're gonna fix your bullshit. This is when shit hits the fan because we find a corruptor chimera corpse fucking thing made from Avima and all the other crazy shit that she's made of. And we also, I think, yeah, we fully understand that, like, oh, that like grumble blood that we found. Yeah, this thing's just pumping in its veins. This is bad. It starts bad. It starts really bad. Sagoon, I feel sorry for him. He just got swallowed up. He was first to go. And then we just having this fight. And people are going down. Marl goes down. Fucking. We're just like barely hanging on. We're getting hit with major damage. Everyone's getting fucked. We were able to get some lucky ass crits. Marl gets a crit. Fucking. I want to say Oryx gets a crit too. We're just whittling it down slowly but surely. And then Oryx gets Oryx. He gets kind of duffed. Tries to, do the Bork's trick where he swaps, try to like actually hit the body. All the corruptors then kind of like, we are one, and drags him into the depths of this fucking monstrosity. So he gets stuck inside this awful creature. Oryx gets company with Lorelei. So there's that. There's that too. So they're both inside. As this happened, me, Aryax, I have the bright idea of using my mana chain to start draining it and restrain it to kind of help everyone, kill this thing. And that was such a great plan, Zach. It was such a good plan, It was just, I may or may not just be, slowly being corrupted by this monstrosity.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting bad. He looks fucked up, but it seems like we're on the ropes. And Joelle, the boss she is, the narcissist that she is, the clout that she gains from the final shot of a Brit Firebolt, and she's not going to let us live this down, guys. It's bad. We're not going to be able to go
This
away
is
from
two in a
it.
row now. This is two in a row.
She's just going to be all about the hype. She's going to be Vegeta, where we say like, oh, so you're a god? And then Joelle's going to be like, but I'm right here! it's just going to be that situation. And we win the fight. And we're able to, stand atop, strong as ever. Everyone's alive, thank God. And I want to say that's everything.
Yeah, that covers about everything. Go ahead and take your D6 of inspiration.
I'll take it.
And yes, we're going to go ahead and transition back onto the field. Make sure that's all in order. So, we arrive back in the small clearing in front of the decayed cottage. The remains of what's left of Vima are just currently collapsed on the ground. The corruptors have all dissolved into their own remains of a puddle form. You can see a variety of cores that have been kind of stitched together, just kind of resting in the center of that puddle. Unfortunately, though, it appears that the non-corruptor modifications to Vima's corpse have remained intact, which is not exactly a pretty sight to see. Toxon's stitch work clearly wasn't meant to be painless. So, with the corpse corruptor chimera vanquished, it's not technically over yet because of one tiny thing that our good buddy, our good friend Aryax did. Aryax, you've been pretty liberal with your mana chains drain method so far. You've been draining mana from unorthodox sources for the past about 24 hours. First with the grumble fruits, and now with the corpse corruptor chimera. All that is starting to have a negative impact on you, as the mana that you've welcomed into your body is not supposed to be there. Living beings aren't supposed to absorb whatever Toxon used to power his chimera. It's toxic to you. And it begins to react and reject you. As suddenly, Aryax, as you're standing there, as everybody's kind of taking this breath of relief, knowing that the battle's been won and you're all alive, you just get this sudden pain throughout every inch of your body, like your veins are on fire. It feels like your blood has become needles that are just tearing you apart. Please make me a Constitution saving throw.
That's not good, is it? That's just wait. Oh, the shield does give me advantage. Oh, thank Christ. Okay, I do have advantage. Well, you know what?
Okay.
22.
So, you, sir, shall be taking... That's going to be 42 non-resistible necrotic damage, already halved.
I'm on 2. I'm on 2 hit points.
So everybody just turns to see Aryax just cough up a shitload of blood as he is managed to remain standing despite the pain he's in, but he does not look like he's okay. As
Yeah, Bo dashes and tries to catch him before he falls or anything.
it's just Aryax, the pain is unimaginable. You're holding on for now thanks to the enchantment of your shield, but it's bad. And unlike before, whenever the mana tried to rush out of you, you could just blast it out. In this case, that's not happening. It's remaining locked in and trying to come out through every other direction via your flesh and scales rather than through your energy blasts.
Can I, am I able to rush over and try to help him?
What would you attempt to do in this situation?
Oh, it's a terrible idea because it's probably going to take me out. So I actually probably shouldn't. You know what? Okay, I'm going to cast something on myself before I cast something on him so I don't kill myself on accident.
Uh-huh.
If that's cool.
Sure. What's your plan, Stan?
I'm gonna healing word myself. Okay, 20 back, good. Hopefully I won't kill myself doing this then. And I would like to then cast on Aryax Life Transference, which did work before, so hopefully it works again. So I'm gonna take 5d8 necrotic, which I can't reduce, and then he's gonna get twice hit points of whatever damage I take. So I'm taking 21, and he's gonna take 42 hit points.
Uh-huh.
2. Jesus.
So hopefully that fixes the problem, because that fixed the problem last time.
You're right, it did fix the problem last time. Unfortunately, in this case, it doesn't. Now, Lorelai, I want to recall and have a little flashback to how you seemed to interact with Grumblefruit before. And when you attempt, you start draining out your life force to try and place it into Aryax to heal him. It just pushes back, as if your life energy cannot connect with him. And you don't take the damage, but he does not gain the healing.
Oh, so I'm just fucked up now, but he's...
No. You don't take the damage, but he doesn't take the healing.
Oh. Shit, okay.
It cancels it out, basically.
Do you... Okay, Well then, am I allowed to try something else?
I'll let you try one more thing before I move on.
I would like to take a dagger and slice my palm open. I'm opening Aryax's mouth and down the hatch. I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm just bleeding my palm into his mouth as best I can.
Aryax, you start to choke.
Oh god! I'm sorry!
As Aryax, the blood starts to seep in, and then immediately just get shunted out as you cough up a lot more of your own blood as well.
Okay, sorry.
Alright, chill. He's not dead.
Somehow worked before.
Well, it looks like whatever you're trying is it's just not.
Aryax, as you're standing there, Bo, you're holding him up, keeping him standing. Y'all will look down, and you'll see Zadriel just kind of... He's staring up at Aryax with a look of morbid curiosity and a bit of anxiety. He'll just kind of... He will walk over to Aryax, and he's going to place one of his paws on Aryax's leg. And suddenly, all this dark, corrupted mana starts to drain out. It goes from Aryax into Zadriel. As Aryax, you feel this sense of relief wash over you as the pain subsides, and it travels through your body down to where you're making contact with Zadriel until it's gone. The pain, it's still lingering pins and needles feeling across every inch of you, but you're no longer dying. And as you look at your friend, he just kind of sits there and he kind of puts his paw off of you. And you just kind of see something shift in his expression as his eyes kind of like, his pupils dilate, and then the normal green eyes that he has turn purple, and then he poofs.
Can he do that?
Usually I have to do on my own. Okay. That's weird. Do I feel any different? Other than just being not dying?
You feel that there is currently, at the moment, something blocking you from calling Zadriel back.
I don't know what happened. I can't... I'll try the normal trigger, bring him back.
The magic from your palm glows, but then it just kind of flickers out. You may go ahead, and I need you to roll me insight at disadvantage.
Alright. Disadvantage.
We're good.
You know what?
Wow.
You know what, Zach? You know
That's
what, Zach?
crazy.
You know what, buddy?
What, Ryan?
Along the line. 2 13s. Okay. I'm looking 13. My ass.
Double dirty 20.
It's a +7, dog. That equaled out, homie.
Yep.
The double dirty.
As you sit there and you kind of contemplate for a reason on why the magic isn't responding, in this case, you kind of get the sense that Zadriel's doesn't want to come back for the time being.
Okay, that's... Alright, I think him doing that did something to him, so he might need some rest. Oh, I feel off. I'm never gonna do that again. Mana Drain Corruptor. No. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah,
I don't think
probably
it's
for
like
the best. But Orc
That-
kind of looks like low key pissed. Not like he just kind of like is giving Aryax just like a very, very interesting eye, but he kind of dismisses it and will walk back over to Toxon. But I'll let you guys continue your conversation.
I'm so sorry that I made you drink my blood.
Yeah. Weird question, Zach.
So-
Super weird.
What's your question?
I think it's more just how anatomy, blood is blood, but since she's from the Fae, did it taste like it was just? Is it just fucking blood that she just put in my mouth, or was it like?
Honestly, any taste that you could have received from it was drowned out by the taste of your own blood.
Yeah. Okay.
Aw,
got it.
boo. We don't get to know
Not
what my
like
blood tastes
split second, like a palette swap.
Maybe it's like our blood, iron, Feywild. This shit tastes like copper. What the fuck? It's a totally different metal.
Tastes
The
like
heck? Why does it taste like cinnamon? This is bullshit. This doesn't make sense. But I appreciate the sentiment, Lorelai. I appreciate it, but I just, oh man, that made me feel like shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The last time I swear I wasn't just trying to make you drink my blood unprompted.
I saw the experiment. You I think, I don't know. I'm just, all I know is I feel very weak now. So we beat the scary fucked up monster though, so that's good. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's true.
Is everybody okay though?
I've been better.
I'm fine.
Good. Sagoon?
I'm doing okay. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of blacked out at the end there. I'm just happy that that thing's dead.
Zach,
Laurel,
What's up?
would there be any remaining bits and pieces of Vima that aren't absolutely macabre to take back to her sister?
You would have to cut off the wyvern wings, the giant praying mantis arms, and the wyvern shark tail from her torso and head, but that's really all you can get.
No, I still well willing to do that, no. However.
I can do it.
Yeah, you'd cut off the rest of the parts and
Wouldn't
Bring
you be
back
more
the
upset that
torso?
the remains are mutilated?
yeah, I'm worried about that too. Would there be
It'll
any
be more
belongings maybe in the cabin?
It'll be more distressing to bring her back.
I
Like
go
this.
for
Saying we
My-
bring her back like this. I'm saying we don't bring her back at all.
I was gonna assume cremation and just bring her back to the ashes.
But
Yeah.
That'd work.
let the family make the decision.
So you want to mutilate her corpse first for them?
I want to get rid of what's on it. What was already mutilated. They deserve closure. With this whole thing.
Maybe we should talk to somebody in town who knows her better, who can help guide us in that decision. I just feel like we shouldn't be making this because we don't even know her.
It is true, but I mean, if you were a sibling, would you want to even see any of this?
That's why I'm saying we ask, I don't know, someone else?
I mean, if you want to ask permission from the sister of like, hey, like we can let her know like, hey, her body was kind of altered. I don't mind telling her, like, letting her know what's up with the body in case she wants us to, like, you know, get the casket, rebury, or cremate and bury. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't think it's our decision.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think, well, you're the one that mentioned the items or something like that.
Yeah, if we can find any belonging of her. We wouldn't even have to mention the body, just say this is all we found left, maybe.
That's disingenuous.
I understand that, and I know, but isn't that kinder?
Say we just ask somebody else in town who knows her better than we do what they think would be a good decision. We shouldn't be making this decision, you know, on our own. If there's any belongings of her, we can definitely bring that back at least. We find out what we should do with actual her, and then we act from there. We don't have to jump the gun so suddenly.
Makes
God
sense.
forbid we make a decision we can't take back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's kind of off topic of her. Kind of both off and on. But, I mean, she was put in this cottage as like a time bomb, basically. Do you think we guys should search it just to make sure there's nothing else left behind?
That's probably wise.
Yeah.
Oryx, you're going over to Toxon?
Yeah, before Marl moves to help with him, he just looks over towards him. I'm having a word with him. Just make sure that everyone is fine here, okay?
All right.
Walk over to Toxon, grab him by the collar, start dragging him. I'm dragging him all the way behind this little well.
Alrighty. You drag him over to the well. He's like, and he just, as you drag him, he's like, oh, okay, we're going this way now.
Not
Yeah.
a word is said as we're dragging him.
You'll get him over there. You're not gentle with it, I assume, as he hits every rock and stump and twig on the way, his broken legs.
Yeah, I'm not trying to just be outright malicious, but I'm sure as hell not being careful with him.
Yeah, he's got a few more bruises and cuts on his body now. Granted, they pale in comparison to his destroyed legs, but,
Once I'd set him down against the well, I just peered down, looking at him. Count, what I'm about to say is off the record. I'm an adventurer who's just trying to do the right thing to make something of himself. Right now, though, I'm just Oryx, a man wanting answers, no matter the means. Tell me what you did to me. Now.
he sits there. He mulls over his options. He kind of will look up at you. I'd rather die.
He Omni-Man leans down over him.
Okay. Oh no.
Omni-Man leads.
The one person I've ever felt a true connection to. The person who inspired me to become stronger for others. The person that I see in my nightmares again and again was killed by corruptors long ago. It plays in my mind over and over, seeing her helpless while all I could do was stand there, scared for my own life. Her skin being bitten and ripped off piece by piece until a mangled corpse was left. And you turned me into one of her killer's kind. How do you think I feel, Toxon? How do you think my mind and heart races at the thought of becoming the very thing I wish to rid the world of? Answer me, you cruel bastard. Why did you wake up one day and decided to become the devil's shit stain on the material plane? Fucking answer me!
Please roll me intimidation. 14. You'll be happy to know I didn't intend to turn you into one of them. I was trying to kill you. What I did to you wasn't supposed to let you live long enough to figure out what else it could do. So, if you're so afraid of turning into one of them, why don't you kill yourself before it happens?
I go to punch him, but I purposefully miss and just punch one of the stones of the well, just inches away from his face, as the thought of that has definitely rushed through his head a few times throughout this, and it's the fact that someone else is telling him this that's making it more difficult. He'll pull his arm back around him. Well, it ended up that way. So I don't give a shit if this was intentional or not. You're gonna tell me how to fucking fix it.
It wasn't meant to be fixed. The mixture I created using what the Gallery gave us was a lovely cocktail of ivory lotus nectar, refined revistone dust, purple worm poison, dagger rose petals, and that beautiful, beautiful material, that black mold material that the Gallery waltzed into our camp and said, "Here, do whatever you want with it." I don't know what it was supposed to do, but no other subject lasted longer than a week before it ripped apart their body, liquefied their organs, and they just dropped dead on the spot. So, maybe you're just special.
Do you feel any remorse for what you've done to these people?
No, like you said, I'm the devil's shit stain on the material plane. Every one of us is. Every loveless piece of shit that exists in this world, all of us. You, me, most of your friends back there. The executioner's bell is ringing for us. Soon, all of this world will be wiped clean. So don't worry. You don't have to worry about turning into one of them because you'll be dead long before it ever happens. Guess it'll save you the time and effort working up the courage to do it yourself.
I really, really hope, for your sake, that after today, when you're turned in, that you never see me again. If you manage to claw your way out of whatever prison they throw you into, I will make sure that I become your own personal hell. I would give anything right now to just outright kill you. But I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I'm better than you.
Keep telling yourself that. When one of these days you start wandering through the woods aimlessly, and whenever you start feeling that hunger for human flesh, Keep telling yourself that you're better than me when you're a shambling mound of black ooze.
Let me reinstate what I said. I'm better than you, but I'm not that much better than you. He's gonna lean down and get closer to him. I may not be able to kill you because I made a vow the day that I signed up that I would be a hero, and I'm going to uphold that vow, and I'm going to make sure that you are unable to do any sort of experiment with those grubby little paws of yours ever again. I'm sorry, but I can't let anyone else experience what you've done to me, what you've done to her, and what you've done to countless other people. And he is going to take his hands and he is going to bend them as far back as possible on his wrists and attempt to just completely dismember them.
In this case, I'm just going to have you roll me an unarmed strike, because he is human and you are half-orc. The difference in strength just naturally is going to just... It's not going to be hard, but I want to see how badly.
Dun, dun.
$18. Yeah, the tips of his fingers are touching his forearm as you completely dislocate, shatter, and break any chance of him ever using his hands again. You just kind of like... You see like blood trickle down from his mouth as he like clearly bit his like lip to try and like stop himself from screaming. But eventually he just caves and he's like, "Fucking shit!" You talk
This
that
is
shit.
our last conversation, Toxon. I really, really hope that you will never have to see me ever again.
You
will
think this
grab
shit...
him by the shirt, start dragging him over.
You think this shit stops with me? You think I'm the only one in our clan who knows how to work with this shit? You think I'm the only demented genius the king has under his belt?
And you think I give a shit? You made this personal.
Bam.
And guess what? I'm petty. And we'll just continue to drag him over.
Okay. You drag his broken body back over to your friends, and as you guys will you'll see Oryx walking back. Well, I'll give you 3 guesses as to who folded Toxon's arms like origami.
Well,
His eyes
Oh,
look so sunken in.
am I,
And that's when I said, no, hippos can't fly. Ha 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 ha.
Good deflection, good deflection.
Hey, Oryx.
Oh, what's up, Oryx?
Am I good to, take his blood sample before we get him out of
Good
here?
job.
Sorry?
Do what you have to do.
Okay.
We're gonna search the cabin up there. If you want to tag along, if you don't, just stand out here, I guess.
I'm gonna stay with Aryax out here. I don't think he should move.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
be out
also
here taking his
staying out
blood.
here. I'm making sure that this monster doesn't have a crony that's waiting around to go and scoop him up.
Alright, suit yourself.
So,
Oryx,
Are
can
you
we-
3 going?
I wanna ask him a few questions. Can we take him over that way?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
alright. Lorelai, where are you taking him?
I'm letting Oryx take him probably back
Back to
around
the
where they
well.
were before, yeah, because I need to ask him a few questions and take his blood. So no offense to the rest of you, but
Toxon is going through it. He's probably
Great,
thinking
we're
you're gonna
going
do the
back to
same
my
thing.
favorite fucking spot.
Oryx is honestly just standing, like, just around here, because he already told Toxon that was the last conversation he ever is going to have with him. I refuse to say another word.
Okay. Marl, are you going into the cabin, or what's your game plan here?
He's going to be staying with Vima.
Okay. Watching the corpse. Yeah, Marl, occasionally it does, like, twitch and jolt, but it's clearly just an aftershock effect of the grumble blood finally pouring out of her system. As for what our lovely ray of sunshine is going to be doing to Folded Like Origami Man,
Mm-hmm.
ask away. As he's just sitting there, he can't really move.
Yeah, I'm gonna start like getting out my stuff to start taking a blood sample. I'm not gonna say anything initially. I am a little more. I'm so sorry, Paige. I am a little more forceful when taking the actual blood, just because he deserves to have it hurt a little bit. So it might be slightly improper. Sorry, Paige. That hurts your brain a little
You
bit.
are straight sticking in his broken hand right now.
Yeah, if that's what'll hurt, yes.
No. No. I don't want to think about that image.
Like, just blankly, she'll kind of just, like, it looks like she's gonna be, normal about it, and then she just,
Just
jabs it in.
right there, and he's just sitting there, and he just stares at it, the pain screeching through him, and he's just, wow, you all really are all demented, sadistic fucks like me.
Hey, Oryx.
He just side eyes.
Can you turn around for a minute?
He does so.
While Toxon's the only one that can currently see me, I'm gonna take my mask off.
Oh shit.
Aw.
Hold on before you do anything.
Okay. But you know what she looks like, so I don't mind doing this in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what she looks like.
I gotta check a stat. I gotta check a stat on Toxon. Give me like 2 seconds. I didn't expect that.
Face reveal goes to this guy before it goes to you guys. Sorry, everybody.
That's fine.
We got school children and Toxon.
Once Inspirational D2s reaches 1,000 subs, we'll have a Lorelei face reveal.
Lorelei face reveal.
God, we're gonna wait a while for that.
We're at 20 now, guys. We can do it.
We'll make it a whole premiere
right.
countdown and everything.
Dude, we're 2% the way there.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. That's this. Okay.
Just like the milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not proficient in this, but he still has a decent modifier. Oh fuck. Yeah. Toxon is going to stare at you, like his smug, devil may care attitude just kind of freezes for a second. It's like watching one of those cyborgs just kind of just shift from happy and by the programming to just blank dead stare in an instant.
You have something to say?
It's gonna quickly shift back as his bravado returns. I wasn't expecting to see one of the superior species here. Long way from home.
How do you know what I am?
I've heard the stories. The king himself tells them. Tells us all about the beautiful place your kind call home. How this world could look like that too, except we are just destroying it. And it is his mission to get rid of all of us loveless.
Have you seen what he looks like?
Once.
What was his eye color?
intense. Kind of like yours.
I think in an instant, Lorelai summons her sword almost too fast that she can think. Summons her sword and jams the hilt of it into the side of his head as hard as she physically can.
Roll to hit.
Yippee!
7. You kind of
Jesus, Lorelai.
you bonk him, and he just kind of rattles him a bit. It doesn't do any damage. But he's like, that's a compliment, you know. Granted, I'm
What
sure
else?
that being compared to a Loveless isn't something that you would like.
He's. What'd you say?
He's loveless like us. His mission, when all of us are gone, every loveless on this plane of existence is dead. His mission ends, and his devotion to the Wild Mother calls him to end his own life too.
You're
That is his
lying.
dedication to the cause.
You're lying to me.
I would never lie about my king's mission.
You're. All of this is because of him? All of it?
Well, he isn't holding the gun. And I'll admit, he's threatened me and my superiors' lives on multiple cases, but we are merely a means to an end. He'll kill all of us once we're the only ones left.
Why?
Because the Wild Mother commanded him so. At least that's what he says. It's what he's told all of us, that it is his divine mission from the goddess herself.
There's nothing divine about it.
You sure? Because I think turning this shithole of a dimension into something as beautiful as the Feywild is very, very wonderful and divine.
I yank out the needle out of his hand as hard as I can.
That was a nerve. Okay. Felt that one. Wow.
Where is he?
No one knows. He wanders around from place to place, killing Loveless wherever he finds them. He rarely returns to the compound, and even when he does, he doesn't stay for long.
Where is this compound, then?
Would you believe me if I said I didn't know? At least not anymore.
Oryx, can you take him away before I do something I'm gonna regret?
Wordlessly walks over and just, yet again, grabs him by the collar and just starts dragging him back.
I'm
like
sure
my
the
head
king
ahead.
would love to meet you. One of the people he reveres so much. Sure he'd help you get home before the great extermination happens.
Can I
Lorelai
just-
kind of had her head tilt. Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you first, please.
I was just gonna say that she kind of had her head tilted down when you were like dragging him off, and then she'll shove the mask back on.
Oh yeah, and he was purposefully like not looking at you when he walked over. By the way, wanted to give you the
Appreciate it.
privacy.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Can I just elbow him in the head? Can I just knock
do
him
it.
out?
Uh,
I don't think we need any other questions from him at this point in time.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you're not trying to cause pain. You were just BAM! And oh, he's got a very high level concussion.
gonna put his blood sample in my bag, and I'm gonna take a minute by the well before I walk back.
Take as much time as you need.
Thanks.
You know, every time you guys brought him back, he's gotten progressively worse. So
That's his decision.
I'm not saying you guys are wrong for it at all.
Lorelai,
Laura, good?
go ahead.
He just needs a second.
Lorelai, you're sitting there. And the Wild Mother would never order the genocide of an entire dimension. Right?
Oh God! Don't
It's-
make me question my faith.
It's not like everybody where you come from calls everybody who lives here loveless because they lack the Wild Mother's love. Right?
Oh God! Oh Jesus, Zachariah.
I mean, hey. Toxon could... this Bandit King? He could be lying to his followers. He could not even be a champion of the Wild Mother entirely. Could all just be smoke and mirrors.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think there's like these bushes around, right?
Oh yeah, plenty of them. There's so much. You are surrounded by nature.
Oh God, actually, no. You know what? I don't even think she's really thinking about that right now. I think she. No, nah, never mind. I don't think she would. Oh, you know what? That spear that I still have. I think she just starts like beating the shit out of the side of the well with it, like just kind of mindlessly. Honestly, this is probably the angriest that she's felt in a long time, and she's just whacking the metal stick into the side of this old well.
Clang, clang, clang.
Do we hear this?
Oh yes, you guys can all look over and see Lorelai beating the shit out of this poor bystander well.
I think Bo's gonna not even acknowledge it.
She's got her own thing to work out. Moving on, we're gonna quickly shift over to our two little buddies going into the house. The main door has kind of been mostly destroyed, but you guys step in, and 1 second while I quickly position you all on. You step into essentially a catastrophe. There is broken glass everywhere, tables knocked over, furniture smashed and shattered, and there's not too much in here. However, around the corner, if Dwell and Sagoon, you guys wish to put yourselves, yep, there you go. Right over there. You can see the remnants of a crude laboratory. This is definitely where Toxon was keeping all of his more advanced equipment. It wasn't all stationed back at the main camp. You can see most of it's been broken and smashed and beyond repair. Definitely from Vima's rampage when she was first unleashed. There are a couple of things around here, a few vials of various chemicals, and nothing too substantial, though.
Alright, there's still that one. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Go,
one
Zach.
thing that does stick out to you guys is there's a metal door that has a bunch of scratches and dents all along the wall as if someone was trying to break it down to get in. But the door appears to have been remained locked tight. And Sagoon, do you remember all those sessions ago, that lovely little key you got from the dungeon?
Yes.
That
Yes.
feels
From session 2.
very heavy in your pocket right now.
Hey off, baby.
Well, I think this might be the key.
What key? What are you talking about?
Did you see that door that's like locked over there?
Yeah, I see that door.
I'm
It's
gonna
hard
pull
to
up,
miss. I got good
I'm gonna
eyes.
pull up, yeah, I'm gonna pull up the key. Be like, the key that I got from like, was it the first dungeon we went
It's the
to?
first dungeon. And Dwell, you see him looking so sure that this is the key, but you remember, Dwell, that if this key is inserted into the wrong lock, it will blow up and take a lot of people around with it.
Alright. I don't have a very good memory, but I do remember that thing apparently having something to do with blowing people up if it's in the wrong lock. Are you absolutely sure? 2, if you want, are you willing to survive and or die in an explosion? Because I'm not willing to die with you.
I'm pretty sure. It's felt pretty inert since I got it in the dungeon, but for some reason it felt like it's gotten heavier or just more like, I don't know.
So the key has a
Magical.
specific feeling to it?
Yes. That is my only reasoning.
Can I Arcana and or Insight the key?
You may roll Arcana, or pick Arcana or Insight. Depending on what you roll, the information might be different.
Alright, I will be rolling Insight just because it's slightly better.
Okay. By all means.
I mean, well, you could also always just mage hand it, and we could just stand far away.
I was getting to that. I was working to that thought.
21.
I wanted to make sure I could exhaust all possibility. 21.
Well, you remember the key. You also were part of the group that found it initially, or got it whenever you guys inserted those coins into that statue so long ago. And the key was just a slight hunk of metal before, but now it seems like, upon closer inspection, it appears to be humming and pulsing a little bit as it's in Sagoon's hand.
Yeah, alright. I can mage hand it into the lock if you want. I guess I trust it.
I'm pretty sure, but if you just want to play it safe, I think mage handing it would probably be the best option.
No, I'd rather play it safe. I don't really want us exploding.
There goes my plan. Okay. Well, let's just see if this opens the door.
Hmm.
You gonna mage hand the key into the lock?
Yep.
Alright, like you're part of a bomb defusal team, you just slowly move the mage hand. The spectral glowing hand slowly makes its way over to the door, taking aim at the lock, shoving the key in, twisting it. And the key begins to glow a violent red as there's a clanging sound inside the door. And it looks like it's about to detonate. And there's a bright flash of red light that you both have to shield your eyes from before the door opens. However, it appears that you can't really see into the room it opens. It appears very dark, like there's this veil of shadow in the doorway.
Aha. Zach?
Yeah,
I
told you it was gonna
as one of
work.
my... I believe as one of my, yes, I've got Devil's Sight. I can see normally in dim and darkness, dim light and darkness, both magical and non-magical, within 120 feet of myself.
Fair enough. You can see into the room, and I will drag you guys onto that map now. As a shockingly more chaotic sight greets all of you, as what appears to be the mix between a mage's workshop and a bedroom is now presented to you all. If you all enter in, you guys can place yourselves at the door. You can see maps and charts scattered across the floor, scrolls, books, everything. There's a lineup of shelves, all containing various documents, scrolls, and books. There's a desk over to the side that has several items on it, and there's a very messy, unkept bed. However, you look down probably around right here, right at the desk, right on the ground, next to a decaying chair. On face down is a skeleton, a deceased individual. There is a black metal dagger planted right into the spine between the shoulder blades, left there. The top half of the skull has been smashed. If you would like to make an investigation check on the skeleton, you may.
Investigation. There's investigation. Yes, I would.
Dwell,
Mhm.
if you were to approach the skeleton and look it over, see how the skull is caved in and crushed, you could see that you could probably determine that somebody stomped on the victim's head repeatedly, and that whoever this was appears to be of a humanoid, but it's hard to say what exact species they were.
And on the desk.
On the desk. 1 second. There appears to just be that wrapped up tome you see appears to be very heavily held together and very well protected. However, remind me what languages you speak, read, and write again?
Let me see. Common, Draconic, Elvish, Primordial.
Alright, you have Draconic and Primordial, that's enough. You, in a very crude mixture of Draconic and Primordial, very, dated versions of the languages, it reads Grumble Fruit recipes on the cover.
I will yoink that book.
Sagoon, you also see the book. However, I don't believe you. Do you speak Primordial as well? Or do you just speak
I do
Draconic?
speak Primordial as well.
Oh, well, then you can read it as well. Also on the desk appears to just be a variety of items. There is a golden apple, and when I say golden apple, I don't mean like a mythical fruit. I mean it is a apple that's made of gold.
Yeah, okay. Takey. Well, can you Arcana check that for me? Make sure it's not a trap.
I can. She's closely looking at that dagger right between, you said the spine and the left shoulder, right?
Oh, you're investigating the dagger. Please roll me investigation.
Yes, I am. Investigation. Oh, come on, computer, be good about this, won't you? Because I have a hunch,
not allowed.
but I. All right, is that enough? I wonder. Please be enough.
Well, you've seen that medal before. It's around both of your wrists right now.
Yippee! I'm pocketing that dagger, and I'm also turning to Sagoon. Hey, Sagoon,
Yeah?
would you mind lifting your shirt again so that I can check your back?
Sure, I guess.
Now, is the scar in the same spot that the stab wound would have been, and does it look like a stab?
Doesn't Sagoon have a scar on his back?
He has he has a lot of scars on his back.
Yes.
Go
Is it-
ahead and
was that
roll me.
Part of my dream.
Go ahead and roll me medicine.
Oh, so something I'm not good at. That's fine.
So Zach, I've been meaning to ask: does this cabin in the woods have any similarities to the cabin in the woods I saw in my dream?
We'll get to that. Hey, Dwell.
Yeah.
One scar in particular that looks like a clean-cut stab wound. Well, when I say clean-cut, I mean it looks like someone took a dagger, rammed it in there, and just started shaking it around. One of those scars on Sagoon's back is in the exact spot that the dagger was on the victim's spine.
Alright.
And Sagoon,
So,
does the thought of the cabin in the woods and your dream cross his mind?
Yes.
Oh, buddy, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. It's not my worst. Oh, no, it doesn't matter.
Let's see what the roll was.
If it will go through. Please.
Come on, roll 20. Don't be lame.
It says it said it, but why is it not going?
Oh, never mind.
I mean,
You tell me the
I
result.
got 5.
You got 5? Why would you lie about
Yes.
5? So, 1 second. Sagoon, you start to look around, and everything that you see here is just... It's very bizarre as you start to, like... You're suddenly back in your dream once again. You're back in the penalty box, in the middle of the woods, but now you recognize that the surrounding area, the clearing that you guys just had this epic battle in, it's the same clearing. And as you play through the events of the dream, the house you're in starts to shift from being the penalty box to this cabin. And instead of the kitchen table, it's this desk that you're standing in front of, and it just all snaps back together as you remember collapsing to the ground with the knife in your back, and then you look at the skeleton laying there. Go ahead and take 4 psychic
Sagoon's gonna
damage.
have a mental breakdown. Yep.
oh god.
Yeah. Dwell.
Well,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I know I'm not the smartest person, Dwell, but I think that skeleton is me.
I was coming to a similar conclusion. Yeah. I mean, it just has the same mark. Does your head have any, like, weird fractures? I don't know. Do you have a sensitive head? I don't know.
Zach, does my head look like it's bashed in, or is it a normal head?
No, your head is completely normal. There's no like you take off your hat and you feel around. There's no signs. There's no sensitivity. There's no like softness. No, your skull is completely intact. There's one more item on the table. That piece of paper that was next to the book appears to be, just out of curiosity, run me through what languages you both read again. Dwell, you first.
Draconic, Elvish, Primordial, and of course Common.
Okay, Sagoon.
Common, Draconic, and Primordial.
Okay, fantastic. There's this piece of paper with a bunch of pronounced letters, and in a language neither of you can read, but there is a picture of someone who looks eerily like you, Sagoon, on it.
Well,
I don't remember sitting for this. When did they get my portrait done?
presumably before you lost your memory. Before you
Oh, yeah,
This
got
that's
bashed
possible.
in.
This picture appears to be some sort of poster. You can't make out the lettering or the language on it, but who knows? If you two can't read it, maybe someone else can.
Yeah, I'm pocketing it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Zach, is the golden apple still on the table?
It
If so,
is.
I will be taking it. Okay. Sorry, Dwell.
No, you wanted me to Arcana check that or something.
So again, you pick up the golden apple and nothing happens. It's heavy. Yeah, this is solid gold.
I bet this is worth a lot.
I
Also,
mean, most
12.
likely. Yeah.
I didn't need you to check it anymore. I mean, I've died once in this room apparently, so what's the second time?
Wow. Okay.
Well,
Heck, it's like
I
a
think-
brazier here in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go light it.
How do you light it?
With create bonfire or control flames. I don't know any of my cantrips that
All right, we'll say
create fire.
creep.
and I'm
We'll
going
say
to-
creep on fire. You
Okay.
ignite the brazier, and at first the flames are the normal red and orange, but then as whatever fuels this brazier starts to mix into the flames turn from the red and orange, shifting to a more golden color as the room is alight with golden rays from the dancing fire. And Sagoon, make me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. That is a 10.
That is
I don't
a
know if it's
10.
gonna send it though.
You take another 2 psychic damage and suddenly feel this wash of pain in your head as you look upon these golden flames. And again, a sense of deja vu washes over you as the pain subsides, and you feel like you've stood in this exact spot before, looking into the golden light over and over, countless times. You remember the act of just waving your hand and the fire bursting to life.
do you keep doubling over there? You good? I know you think this is your corpse and all, but past that, I guess.
No, I'm not good. I don't really know what it means that that's my corpse and I'm standing here. I'm no like master of necromancy or healing magic, but that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, someone
Yeah.
brought you back, I assume.
I guess, but I don't know who.
Yeah, I wouldn't
When I
know
lost
what
my
either.
memory, I just kind of woke up one day. There was no like grand prelude with some god or something.
Well, I can tell you that the murder weapon, Dwell will pull out the dagger, is made of the same material as my manacles. I assume it was for personal motive of some kind. Murders usually are.
Wow, Dwell, you think I'm not important enough to assassinate? Taking
I
me while I'm
don't know.
down.
It was a past life.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you, since you also have some memory issues, are there ever
Yeah.
moments where you're somewhere that you haven't been before, you're sure of, and then all of a sudden you get such strong deja vu, you don't know what to do with it?
That's never happened to me, right?
No,
Zach?
you have always just felt disconnected from everywhere you've ever been. No places really felt like... No places felt similar or like you've been there before. It all just feels new.
No, I can't say I've had that feeling before, no.
Oh, sorry.
Is that what you're feeling now, though?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I've been in this room a lot before. Lighting this brazier, sitting by that desk. I can't pick out any, fine details of what or why I was doing any of it, but it all just feels so familiar.
Sagoon, it's like for these moments of flashes, it's like you find your memories and then lose them again. It's like you feel like they're just within your reach, but you can't find anything that clicks. It's just that feeling in your gut that you're close, but so far.
Well, presumably this was your old home, right?
I guess that's what it felt like in both my dream and everything I've been seeing.
Well, maybe you
In that
got a
moment, yeah.
deep connection to something in it, apart from the desk and your skeleton and brazier and, I don't know, maybe the bed or something. The book. Maybe one will trigger
Maybe.
something.
Okay, Scoot is going to walk over next to the bed with Dwell. Yeah, it's like I'm just like standing in a thick fog, and I can get glimpses of my memories, but then they evade me again.
Well, I know what that one's like, I guess. Or, in theory, I do. I imagine that's what it's like. I don't know. Take it with you. Maybe it'll eventually pop into your head. It's some kind of tie to a past life, I guess.
Yeah. And maybe I can talk to Lorelei about it. She's good with healing magic. She might know about people coming back in different bodies and stuff like that.
I have a small idea about how to get information about memories for us, by the way.
Oh. You do?
Yeah. And Zach, may I request private chat, actually?
Oh. All right.
I'm sorry.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, fellas.
Okay.
I'm sorry, fellas. I
Here's
know.
the deal. Lovely viewers. At the moment, I am about to do something that I don't think I've done. I've only done this maybe once or twice in the early stages of this campaign. If you are one of my players watching this VOD back, please do your best to skip to the end. I will attempt to place a timestamp in the comment section of where to skip to. So, starting, I will say starting now when you should pause the video and look for that timestamp. So, Paige, let's step down.
All right.
Okay, we'll be right
Bye.
back. So, starting now. And, okay, so 9:40. I'm just going to quickly record. Go ahead and ask your question. I'm just quickly recording the time stamps.
Ask my question?
Or what would you like? What would you like to?
I would like to talk to Sagoon real quick.
Oh, you want Sagoon down here?
Uh-huh. I want Sagoon down here.
1 second.
I'm so sorry. I should have made that clear.
Yep. 1 second. All right, I'll drag him down here.
Mm-hmm.
Sagoon, you have been called upon.
Oh,
So,
hello. Yes.
Ort has, from what I understand, something to contact an information broker of sorts that'll get us in maybe a bit of hot water with Lorelai, but I think the trade-off might be worth it.
I mean,
To have
do you think he's an
ideas for
eligible
fond
guy?
memories. Pardon?
Do you think he's, legit? He won't just take our money and
I don't-
run?
Well, he doesn't want money, he wants personal information, as I understand it, which we have very little to give, so we don't have much to
Yeah.
lose.
That's true.
The real issue is
mean-
getting it from Oryx.
Yeah, especially with how he is right now. I don't think us asking for
Oh, it definitely
isn't
won't
it like a
work.
gold coin or something?
It is a golden
Golden
acorn
acorn.
that he has kept on his
Golden
person.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be hard to get it off of him right now.
I know. The plan would be to somehow sneak it off of him. I would assume he keeps it. Zach, do we know if he keeps it in Oryx?
I
Or
don't.
would that just be an assumption?
That would be an assumption, yes.
Okay. I'm assuming he would keep it in Oryx. His little bag with the eyes and creepy little face.
That would make sense. Built-in alarm system. Oryx will start mouthing off or screaming if we try to take him.
You guys know that Borks
I mean-
is totally silent. He only makes emojis.
I know, I was about to say.
Oh,
Oryx doesn't make any noise, so if we separate Oryx from Oryx, we're in business, is what I'm thinking.
I like that plan. Now,
I don't know
I'm
how
just
we'd
gonna say
end up
I'm
doing
not
it,
the
but
stealthiest.
well, between the two of us, one of us runs a diversion. Hell, you got that little mask of yours, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You can change into any face you've seen dead, right?
Yes, I can. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
You
just
see
thinking
where
of
I'm going
ideas,
with
and
this,
they're all
or-
horrible.
Well, I mean, you could always change into someone we don't know, or knew in the past but has died, and sneak the bag, or I don't know. I could try and do
I think that'd
something
be
as well.
smart. No, I think it's better if I'm the distraction, and you're the pickpocket.
Oh God. Alright.
Only because I
okay.
feel like with Mage Hand and Misty Step, you can make a quick escape while I distract him.
I don't have any Misty Step. But
Oh.
oh boy, will I be trying. Yeah, alright. I can do that, I think.
Now, if I'm going to turn into someone, who should I turn into?
I don't know. Doesn't really matter, does it?
I mean,
If you're
if we
just
want
a
the distraction to
distraction,
work,
or
it's got to be
something.
someone that's going to catch his attention. I can't just be villager number 5. That's not going to be, distract him.
Well, I mean, you don't even have to really distract him anything big. You could just walk into him. Is what I'm thinking.
Oh,
Walk
No.
into him, trip him, something.
that's true. I don't know if this is smart or not. You have to tell me. But should I maybe turn into a bandit and try to lure him away from the rest of the group? Or no?
Well, I don't know why
I
that
don't-
would
I don't-
lure him away. I think that might catch the attention of the rest of everyone.
That's true.
Though not a bad thought, I suppose.
I'm just trying to think of someone that would be a good choice to turn
Yeah,
into
I
that
don't-
would just get his attention and not everyone's.
I don't think we've seen a lot of people dead is the issue.
No. No one that's a personal importance to Oryx.
Well,
Hmm.
I don't know. That was my main thought.
No, I like that. I think that's a good plan. I
We
mean,
just trip him or something, and I try and, like, in the confusion, mage hand slip away the Oryx.
I like that. I think if we get him off his guard enough, I think you can do that pretty easily.
Alright, okay. When do we think we're going through with this?
I don't know. I think it'd be best to do it when he's alone at some point, but that might be we might have to wait a while for that.
I was hoping to get it done as quick as possible just so that we could alleviate some of our... I don't know. I want my memories back. I want to know
I
at
do
the very
too.
least. Yeah. Well, we see an
mean-
opening, we take it, okay? I think.
That's what I think.
Are you good with that?
Yes. I feel
Good.
like obviously right now won't work because everyone's there and it would just be too
I'll be
obvious.
right now.
But should we have a signal so if we see an opportunity, we let the other person know to attack the plan?
I mean, we can always just call each other. You know, the mind
No,
thing.
that's true. Yes, we can voice chat. I forgot about that.
Alright, so just contact me when you see an opening, I suppose. And we'll work it out
Expect you
then.
to do the same. Yep.
Absolutely. And thank you for helping out. I sympathize with your issues.
I understand. I'm so sorry that you haven't found any leads yet on your memories.
I'm glad you have one, at the very least.
Oh, thanks, Dwell.
I think... No, I don't know. Thank you, Shagun. Shake on it? I don't know, do you shake?
Shake on it. I'll shake.
Alright. Alright. If you're good, I'm good. Sorry to drag you private
Fine.
for this. I just figured it'd be silly.
No, it's
Make
good.
it
I like
be
this.
silly. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
We're gonna go ahead and head back up now.
Mhm.
Ooh,
And I'm back,
Mhm.
and the timestamp
welcome back.
is.
wasn't even that long. Honestly.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we didn't take Abysmal.
All right. I got the timestamp down. I will post that into the comment section as soon as we're done recording. So, at the moment, Sagoon, while you've had your little conversation, the only thing that's really left of note that you guys haven't investigated is the bed.
I'm gonna lay down on the bed.
Shockingly, despite the fact that from the fact that nobody had the key and there was definitely some magic keeping anybody from entering this room, supposedly since you allegedly died in here, there's no dust on the bed, but granted it's still been left a mess after so long. You know, I suppose you didn't really get the chance to make the bed. But you lay down, and it's a very comfortable. It's got the perfect ratio of softness to hugging you as you're just kind of laying there. The only thing that's really on the bed except the blankets and pillows is a book.
Oh. Can I even read this book? Or no?
You pick up the book, and there appears to be a bookmark in it. It's flipped to a random page. If while you're reading over his shoulder, this just appears to be some form of fiction novel. However, the bookmark is what's interesting, as it appears to be this black rectangular piece of wood, probably around, I'll say, 6 inches in length. It's very thin, but it's got these various markings engraved into it in white. Can't read what it. Neither of you can read what it says, but Sagoon, Do you like pick it up, or do you just like take it out?
Yes.
You take a hold of it, and suddenly, again, you're not where you're laying. You're standing in a place that's very hot. It's like fire all around. The air is almost unbreathable, even for someone of your elements. There's this dark, black fog all around you, and you just remember grabbing this piece of wood from a collection of a bunch of others that are swirling around above this pedestal. You remember ripping it away and then running like hell before you are back laying in the bed.
Okay.
Anything?
Yes. I think I took this when I wasn't supposed to. From some kind of, definitely something evil or sinister. It was this big room or area, and it was, it was hot even for me, so that lets you know how hot it was. And there are a bunch of other pieces of this wood, like sitting and floating around the pedestal. So this is, I guess, a part of a set.
Good to know, suppose.
I suppose. I wonder if whoever killed me was looking for this? I guess I would assume they would have taken it if they were looking for it, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to look into your death, I suppose.
Yeah. Sorry, this is just so, weird for me. My death. I don't know. I didn't know I was dead before.
I mean, do you have any thoughts about what you were before?
Zach, am I just still, current Misagoon, or... am I
In none
seeing
of your
anything else?
visions, you have not seen your reflection. I mean, your hands look the same, so probably in this picture of you that's on the small poster that Dwell has, I mean, that looks like you, so just, without your current, in a different outfit.
I mean, it feels like same old me.
You don't think you had anything different in your past life, or that you did something differently, maybe?
I mean, not that I can tell. Clearly, I was much more studious, though, so I'm impressed. Past me knew how to read and write.
If only I met the version of him that was actually smart, yeah.
Hey, Dwell.
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me insight on all the books you see.
Oh, well. That's not terrible. I'll take that.
18, yes, that's not terrible.
It looked like it was gonna be a 5 for a bit. It looked like it was gonna be a 5.
You look around at all the books and scrolls and maps and charts scattered around. And, you're just glancing over. You kind of pick up one, flip through the pages. You pick up another, flip through the pages. None of these are like academic books. These are all storybooks, novels, legends, myths, tales. This is the fiction section of a library, essentially.
Fascinating. Well, I wouldn't say we're quite studious. You just like to read, I suppose. Far cry from being illiterate, though. You like fictions.
What's a fiction?
A storybook, something that's untrue, not real. Made up.
Okay.
Sometimes they are based on some kind of piece of folklore or something, but not always.
Interesting. I never picked myself for a fan of literature.
Oh,
Well, apparently you are. Anyway, anything else you want in here? I think I've got all I came for. We can't find anything of Vima's, so...
I'm trying to think. Is there any way to transport all the books back to the penalty box?
You could go get the others and ask them to help carry them and put them in Bo's bag of holding.
Uh-oh.
You know what? I think Sugu needs to enter his breeding era. So once we get back outside, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So, do you guys start heading back out?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Those of you that were outside, I know Lorelei is currently abusing a well. Oryx is just making sure Toxon doesn't have any tricks up his sleeve. Marl, Bo, and Aryax. Is there anything you guys are doing? We'll start with Marl. Anything you're doing other than just chilling, making sure Vima's corpse doesn't go anywhere?
He's sitting kind of cross-legged, arms crossed in front of him, head bowed a little bit, facing directly towards Vima, just silently.
All right. Bo, how about you? Anything in particular? Or are you just making sure Aryax doesn't keel over?
Yeah, it's mostly just to keep an eye on Aryax.
Okay. Aryax, anything in particular other than not dying? Or Ryan?
This is what happens, man. What I tell you.
I feel like
again and again.
I feel like it's been a while since this has happened, though.
Nope.
It has been a while.
I think it just feels like a while.
Jackson, you don't play in One Piece.
Okay, well, we're assuming Aryax is just kind of holding on for dear life.
Well, listen, bro, he's dying. He can take a nap.
Oh,
Back, I'm sorry.
there he is! Aryax, you doing anything in particular while you're waiting for the two mages to finish searching the house?
I think he's just checking himself over at this point because he fucking was catatonic basically. Started just coughing up his own blood, so I think he's just kind of like just going over it. I think one thing is he's gonna be checking out his own blood. He's been like throwing just to see if it's just like normal blood, or if that corruptor energy and shit just was like infected it.
As far as you can see right now, it is normal blood. There's no issues with it. There's no signs of corruptor infestation like people have seen with Oryx's blood. It's just normal blood, so maybe Zadriel made sure that whatever was happening to Oryx doesn't happen to you. If that's even what happened?
Yeah, I think he's just sitting with the fucking bow, just like, I'm happy we're all safe, Bo, but I just have more questions now, and I hate not having answers to all the shit that's going on.
That just kind of seems like the vibe of this town so far.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's just a lot. We fought a chimera corruptor thing. I just don't know anymore.
Yeah, I was so sure this is gonna be like, oh, little old Toxon,
Pushover.
Bad guy of the week a while ago when we were, more naive adventurers, whatever. But I mean, this is something else.
Yeah.
You guys got him to quit alcohol. That improved him.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry we're nice.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Zach, while I'm sitting next to him, I am just making sure that this guy is not a liar. I mean, I know he's a liar, but I'm just making sure that
make sure he's not a liar. Never mind that. Scratch that.
You looting him?
I'm looting him. Yeah. So
the contents of his pocket and his little satchel bag. There is a map of Drawmore's sewer system. Nothing special, no markings about it, just a map of the sewers. And you know this because it's labeled Dramore's Sewers.
What? I don't know where you get that.
There is 2 greater healing potions. There is his pistol, his poison pistol. It's just a normal
We
pistol.
gave that to James.
Oh,
We
yeah.
gave that to
Yeah, Bo has that.
Yeah,
'cause I
Bo,
was-
you have a
They have
normal
this-
pistol, except it deals poison damage instead of piercing.
Oh, cool.
175 gold. So some nice money. And then there's his special mask that, upon closer inspection, you know jack shit about magic, but you can see little runes etched into like seams of the fabric. So hey, maybe it's got some enchantment to it, but for mechanics' sake, it's a mask that requires attunement, and it provides immunity to poison damage whenever someone's wearing and attuned to it. So, fun. Other than that, I'll say, I'm just gonna post these into the chat. This is kind of a mixture of various things. If you look in item info, this combines both the loot off that you're finding off Toxon, and in the future when you guys are about to go loot what's left of his bandit camp, this also includes the loot that you find there. So just
Is it items, visuals, and info? Is it that one?
oh, I posted that into Pokemon.
Oops.
Whoops.
Let me see here.
Team 45 just like prepping themselves and they're just stuff
Plate
spawns
armor
in front of them.
for what?
Yeah.
Why is Heavenless? It is items, visuals, and info. And then if we look, I'm gonna type it. So I'm doing this with one hand. So boom, boom. There you go. 2 long swords, or 2 + 1 long swords, 79 gold, 3 shields, 1 set of plate armor, 12 medium mob class corruptor cores, map of Drawmore sewer systems, 2 greater healing potions, poison pistol, 175 gold, and Toxon's special mask.
I have a quick question.
I may have an answer.
It seemed like during the fight, you were also. It's not that I care, I'm just curious if that's also here. But it seemed like you said that there was also, like, these potions that he had that were, like, enhancers.
Performance enhancing drugs. Yes. Okay. So he has one of those left because he took his other one when he was fighting you guys. So yeah, you do find a vial of. It's this crystal clear liquid with like little white powder dancing around inside of it, and it's kind of got a little sparkly thing to it. And it's got a little label taped to the side of it, labeled the good stuff.
Damn.
Oryx is gonna do the silly thing, and he's gonna pocket it for himself.
Go ahead and just put the good Toxon's good stuff in your inventory.
I'm not
and
gonna
then-
use it, but I do have an idea for it.
Oh, fun. Fun. But yeah, so that's the majority of the loot you're getting from Vima's corpse, the bandits you guys all beat up / killed, and Toxon.
James, what's the quick math on that gold?
9 + 175,
It's 175.
or 79 + 175, so a total of 254 divided by, and there are 1, 2,
7.
there's 7 of you. Everybody gets 36 gold and 3 silver.
Ooh.
Dope.
I don't know.
How much silver again? Say it again.
3.
Very good. Thank you.
3 silver.
Oh, that's nice. That rounds it out to 70 for me.
Nice. So yeah, at this point in time, as you guys are all sitting there in Oryx, you're just rummaging through his pockets, like you kind of like shove him a little bit whenever you need to roll him over, and it's just you hear more bones crunching as this happens. You hear the other 2 exit the house, and Dwell and Sagoon, you guys look to your right and see Lorelei just beating the shit out of this well with her spear.
No. Not gonna engage with that. No. I think Dwell, like, ever so slightly, very awkwardly holding that little dagger that she found, just approaches the rest of the gang.
Actually, Lorelei.
Alright.
Oh wait,
Okay, Lorelei.
that's right, Lorelei's. Right.
No, I don't have.
Salem's not here, so we'll come back to that. So yeah, well, you're approaching the others, dagger in hand.
Yeah, no, not threatening. Just looking at it, kind of just. Yeah, just looking at it,
It's
really.
Very ornate. The design is very sleek. The metal is polished. There's no chips in it either. And
No, ignore that.
Ignore it. Ignore that.
Bo sees Dwell approaching with a
Shoots
weapon,
Dwell down.
turns around and just blasts Dwell with a blast of glitter.
You're now blind.
Yeah.
I told you we needed more glitter.
Oh no.
She wasn't in her right mind. She deserved to be put down.
How
Okay.
did it go?
Well, nothing of Vima's. Shagun has a lot to process, I think, currently. So his lack of memories, we think, is because he is reanimated currently, and that this is the murder weapon. That and/or crushing his skull in.
Did you say reanimated?
Yeah, we found a skeleton in there that looks to be about Sagoon, and that his well, he started getting memories about this cabin, so we think. Oh, and I also found this. Dweller pulls out the poster with Sagoon's face on it, or just Sagoon in general on it. And this is probably the most damning evidence, so...
None of you can... yeah. So, Lorelei, Dwell pulls... Like, you're focusing on whamming and just crushing this well.
Mhm.
But then, up ahead, you see that Dwell and Sagoon have returned to the others, and Dwell pulls out this piece of paper, and you hear this familiar bell chime. Please roll me history with advantage.
Okay. Who's advantage?
You recognize this bell chime as basically whenever the Eladrin Council posted some information, whenever they would unfurl the document with said information, that bell would chime. And it chimed when Dwell opened this piece of paper.
Like a... Oh. Interesting. So like a... what kind of important information?
Announcements about goings on in the Feywild, reports of any events that occurred that happened, something bad, something good. Basically, anytime the Eladrin Council had something to say to the people, whenever their couriers or their spokespeople would come around and unfurl the document, and like, hear ye, thus, to people who are from the Feywild, they would hear the bell chime whenever the paper is unraveled.
Did any of us hear it, or was
Nope.
it just Lorelei that heard it?
Just Lorelei.
Yeah, I think like very suddenly the banging of her like aggressively smacking the spear kind of stops. Can I see that it came like from whatever Dwell's holding? I'm pretty far away.
Yes, you can see there's no other location that sound could come from other than the fact that Dwell is now holding a piece of paper towards the others. You can't see what's on it because of your
Make my way
distance, but
over.
that's it.
I don't think I'll make my way over.
But yeah, as you approach, you can see everybody's looking at a picture of Sagoon, and the words on the paper, Lorelei, are written in Sylvan.
Oh shit, I can read them. What do they say?
One moment. Wanted! Dragon Emperor
Oh,
Yeah.
dead.
Boom.
Ed, like ED.
Dead.
No, dead.
Oh, dead.
Ah,
Oh shit.
Reward. Access to the Eladrin Council's sacred library. Crime. Theft of the 5 Yggdraseeds. You may make me a history check to figure out if you remember what those are.
Just
Oh,
a regular
wait.
one.
Just a regular
Oh
one.
no.
Bro,
Yeah.
there's
Wow.
so much
Oh,
is happening.
So much is
Oh,
happening.
Yeah,
no.
this sure is a session.
Oh my gosh.
well, things are happening.
Lorelai,
Oh, no.
the 5 Yggdraseeds were given 1 each to each member of the Eladrin Council, and they were supposed to be
Yes, they were.
protected by each member of the council. And they're said to be
Somehow.
items infused with the Wild Mother's own mana, and essentially they're like this lifeline that if the Wild Mother, gods forbid, ever started to die, planting one of these would rejuvenate her. And according to this poster, an individual who goes by the name of Dragon Emperor, who looks really like Sagoon, stole all of them.
Lorelai, oh, Lord in heaven. All of a sudden, she's got her sword out and she's kind of holding that above her head like she's gonna swing. Where did you get that?
I don't know, I just got it from inside the cab. What are you... Why are you freaking out on us, Lorelai?
You've got about 10 seconds to explain why you're wanted by the Eladrin Council.
The Eladrin who, Sagoon?
Yeah, Lorelai, I know what you're talking about.
It's written right there.
Lorelai, I don't
Just-
know if you forgot this, which is incredibly ironic, but neither of us have a memory of things before. Very long ago, really. In
Well,
fact,
is
I
this
think
one of
he
those
literally
fictions?
died.
Is this paper one of those fictions you were talking about? It sounds made up.
I agree, it kind of does, doesn't it? Lorelai, you're saying you can read what's on this?
It's in Sylvan.
In Sylvan?
Yeah.
Alright, I can have that confirmed, I suppose.
Yeah, she just kind of, the sword, like, goes back to its...
Alright, okay. So you're not gonna try and raise that up anymore, yeah?
I don't-
Lorelai?
Where did you find that paper?
We found it inside of the cabin.
I really need him to go away or I'm gonna kill him. Like she's kind of turning back towards Toxon, like, and this is, like Lorelai is dead serious.
Are we done here?
Did you find anything of hers in there?
No, I didn't find
No.
anything of Emus. We looked. Nothing.
And there's still the matter of going and talking to someone and figure out what they want us to do.
Alright.
Does one of us want to stay here with the
I'll
the
stay.
body? All right. Aryax, you ready? Me too. All right.
Aryax is passed out. Anyways,
You're cute guys. I'm
Well, I guess
my name's Aryax.
all right. I guess. Well, let me just stay back.
I'm sorry, my
I'll-
mother's talking to me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
he's back.
Oh,
He's trying to be a good son.
My mother's talking to me.
He's trying to be a good son.
Not
Yes.
allowed.
Aryax, Bo asked if you were ready to go.
Yeah, I guess I might need some help though, because honestly, I've been don't feel the best. Don't feel good
Yeah,
at all.
I know, buddy. I'm gonna help you the whole time. Just we gotta get up.
Yeah, just help me up then, please.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start heading back then if everybody's trying. Like Lorelai just kind of takes the initiative and just leaves.
Oryx swings the unconscious man over his shoulder and starts walking as well.
Oh, you should have drug him the whole time.
Hitting his head on every rock.
Yeah.
We want him to remember his crime so he can fess up to him.
That's
Like,
true. We need
Yes,
answers.
I told him I
we
was.
can't kill him.
I told him at bare minimum I was slightly better than him.
Alright, so Marl's the only one sticking back.
Yep. As it
Okay.
seems.
Alright.
Holy crap! I thought this little cabin was gonna be like, walk in. Oh, there's nothing. Go out. Jeez, man.
Sagoon's corpse.
Allegedly.
And then the goon's corpse of being the dragon emperor who stole from the wild mother
We're gonna go ahead and
It's
take
allowed.
a
with a
10-minute
wanted
break.
poster. Oh my god.
We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Zach, what's
Things are
happening?
fine.
And we're back as the most of Team Overtime has returned to the village. Get this fuck out of here. You guys can see people kind of like looking at all of you as you enter in. There's some whispers as they see Toxon in his condition on Oryx's shoulder, being carried back into town. Some people seem relieved and others seem just overjoyed that you guys are okay, and that just based on the state of Toxon, you guys won. Though some people are kind of a little bit weary because several of you are wearing some grim expressions. But eventually, as you guys approach close to the center of town, Mayor Yino will approach you all. I see you all have had success in your endeavors.
Situation is handled. You won't have to worry about him or any threats anymore.
Appreciate it. Now, I don't suppose you have found anything to deal with the body he stole?
Yeah. So it's in a very altered state, and we wanted to bring to your attention first as to what you and her sister would like to do about it.
For now, why don't you all bring it back to the graveyard, and I will I'll keep Lena from seeing it.
I'll let our friend know to come back now.
Okay, thank you. I'll keep
He'll
Lena out of the way.
He'll quickly use a telepathic link to call Marl.
Marl, ring ring.
Yeah, he's been expecting it. He picks up.
You're good to come on back now. The mayor said that she'll handle it.
Okay.
You pick up the body and start carrying it back. It'll take
He's gonna wrap his cloak around it just so it's
not just out there.
at least, yeah, at least a little better.
Okay. All right. Now as for this man, she looks at Toxon.
There's going to be a group from the capital who are on their way now via transportation to deal with him. And same thing with his 2 to 3 guys that we have locked up in your jail. So you all will not have to worry about it for much longer.
Good. Very well then. I see no reason for him to stay outside of his cell. I mean, honestly, prison's too good for him. Death is as well, but it appears, based on what has happened to his form, you ought to agree with that notion.
You could say so.
I'll have... Would you like to deliver him to the prison yourself, or, are you going... I can have Captain... The captain of my guard handle it.
With all due respect, ma'am, I'm in a very questioned state about Toxon, and the last thing that I need is for him to escape some way, somehow. So, if you don't mind, I will take him to your prison, but I will have to stand by. I just can't let him roam loose again. I hope you understand.
I think I do. I won't pretend to understand all of it, but by all means, will the rest of you be doing the same? Or some of you look like you desperately need some rest.
We definitely do. But for your information, a threat has been handled. Consider Arcton safe.
Thank you. I will have your reward ready for you in a few hours. I have to gather the finances.
Much appreciated.
And she lets you head off to go to the prison. Is anyone going with Oryx to lock up Toxon, or?
I'm taking Aryax directly to home base, wherever we're calling it right now.
I think I'm tuckered out, buddy.
Okay.
I'll go with
Good.
I'll go with Oryx against my better judgment.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right. So, just making sure I get understand. I'm trying to make sure I give you guys the right reward. Okay, got it. Okay. So, Oryx and Lorelei, you head back. Dwell and Sagoon, are you guys going to rest, or are you guys going to watch Toxon, make sure he doesn't do anything?
You know what? I think Dwell will watch Toxon.
Okay.
Just follow.
Well, I think Sakuna's gonna go rest.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot to think about there, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never been dead before, so I have to think about that a lot.
Well, actually, that's not true. You
really
have.
have.
In fairness, you have.
I've been dead before.
He's never
I just never
cognitively
been
processed
yes.
that he's been dead before.
Yeah,
I've never been aware of being dead before.
how do you mourn yourself?
That is a
Oh.
good question.
Well, all right then. So, Sagoon, Aryax, and Bo are heading into the town hall. Mara, when you arrive, are you heading to the town hall, or are you going to help watch Toxon?
Am I just dropping her in the graveyard area?
Yeah, essentially what happens is you are met up, like, kind of on the tree line before you actually get within eyeshot of the village, and Captain Balterio of the guard will approach you, and she'll nod her head to you, and she's already got, like, a wagon with cloth to cover it so that it's more inconspicuous, so that way you can go do whatever it is you need to do. But just for now, it seems that Mayor Yino is going to try and break the news to Rena. But if you would like to be part of that process in any way, you may.
I'd like to try to help her.
Okay. So then you'll be heading back to the town hall then, because that is where Rena is at the moment. So, compressed Marl,
Whoa.
no.
Whoa,
What have you done?
did Marl just use the Z-axis?
That's crazy, dog. Shit's
Marl
wild.
transcended the dimensions. He pancaked. Anyways, so we'll actually start with that. So Marl, you make your way back, you set the corpse into the care of the guard, and you head back to the town hall. You're told that some of your friends are resting upstairs, but that Rena and Mayor Yino are in her office, and so I'm assuming you're heading there.
Yes.
Okay. You arrive and the door is closed.
I will gently knock.
The door will slightly open, and you can see Yino sitting at her desk, and Rena kind of curling into herself in a chair. She obviously hasn't heard the news yet, but she looks and recognizes you. Is my sister okay?
She has been recovered.
That's wonderful to hear. Thank you. I'm glad you found her. I don't know what I would do if you didn't. If that monster had torn her to shreds, I don't know if I didn't have anything left of her. I don't know what I would have done.
We were able to recover what we could.
So he did do something to her.
Unfortunately, yes. But she can be at peace now that he is out of the picture.
I hesitate to ask. I don't suppose you can provide me details?
What would you like to know?
What did that monster do to my sister?
That monster is responsible for a lot of pain and heartache to a lot of people. And it seems he has carried that to beyond the grave as well. His experimentation ended up changing her, so to speak. But while I will say it's reversible, there won't be as much of her left.
You can see her sit there, processing what you're saying. Her eyes flicker between despair, rage, agony, sadness, pain.
May I ask a question that may be a little out there?
I need something to distract my mind, so go ahead.
Have you ever interacted with many Tritons before?
No.
Then you may not know what it means for a Triton to bear tattoos like me. These are ways to honor those we have lost. Beyond simply showing them the honor of putting them to rest, we carry connections with us, past all else. Each tattoo is for another individual who has touched your life in a way that truly made a difference. They are a way to show that that bond continues on beyond departure. It will be hard. For a while, it will be. And yes, many grave things have happened during your time of grief. But I would hope to be able to tell you that you may be able to grow. Things will not be the same, but even with her not being here, you still have that connection. And you always will. You don't need a tattoo like me to remember that.
I understand you're trying to help. And maybe soon, after I've had time to think about it, your words will feel like something more for me. But right now, I'm just so angry. If you'll excuse me, I need to go. Vent this frustration.
Take all the time you need.
She's going to stand up. There's a look of resolve in her eyes. as she has made a decision. And she starts walking out of the room in a slight rush with very intense purpose.
Marl will. He'll give a kind of like a grimace as he nods towards the mayor. And he will follow after. Perhaps not in as big a rush, but he will follow.
Okay. We'll move on to our individuals who are at the jail. You guys walk in and you see the guard there. You can see that the two bandits that you jumped before, they're recovering. They're not really awake yet, but there's a cell waiting for Toxon. This one, unlike the other one that the other bandits are in, it has no windows or any way to see outside except for a small barred window on the heavy metal door. This one's designed. This is the maximum security one, meant to keep people, dangerous people in, and the guard will open up it for you. All right, here it is. Maximum security.
Thanks again for your cooperation.
I should be thanking you for yours. You're helping us out, not the other way around.
Trust me, with this guy, it's our pleasure.
I'm gonna just nod at that, and he'll. What, do you just toss Toxon in and let the door close, or how's? Okay, yeah, you toss Toxon in. He kind of grunts as he hits the floor, kind of stirring a bit, but then the door slams shut, and there's like 10 different locks that the guard has to enable, and well, you can see that there is some magical runes inscribed on the doorway to make sure that getting Toxon out of this cell without the key is not an easy task. Despite this being a small town, the security on this cell is something that just appears to be meant for situations like this, however rare they might be. Well, I'll just be in the front at the front desk. If you need me, just holler.
Thanks. We don't need to tell you how to do your job, but we can definitely look out for him until the backup has arrived. So, would you mind a bit of privacy for us?
Understood. And he'll tip his hat to all of you, and he'll walk off. He'll go back to the front desk, just kind of watching the front door. You guys got around the cell covered, but...
Are there chairs in here?
Yeah, there's like a couple wooden chairs for like a guard to sit by the door, or two.
Yeah, Oryx will snag one, put it up against the wall, and just sit down, cross arms, just kind of slightly slouched, but just taking a long, deep breath in and out.
Oryx, did you hear what he and I talked about?
I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I was just making sure that he wasn't going to pull anything. I can forget about it if you want.
How could you forget about it?
If you asked. You guys don't pry into my business, so I'm not going to sit here and pry into yours if you don't want it.
Just...
Do you want to talk about it?
eyes kind of shift towards Dwell, who's still in the room.
Dwell's kind of leaning against the wall, a little awkwardly. Has clearly been listening, but, like, doesn't know what to do with their eyes. Or anything else, really.
Look, at this point, I understand what you do and what you do not want here or want others to hear. But I think that keeping secrets is only gonna eat at you. So I don't think Dwell is gonna cause any harm if she just hears anything through. Right, Dwell?
I mean, I was gonna ask. I mean, you don't seem in your right state, Lorelai.
Yeah, I'm not.
A lot has happened to pretty much all of us today. So, I would recommend either holding off for now, sitting on it, and talking about it when you're ready. Because I feel as if a lot of us need that right about now. But, if you need to say it here and now, I'm not going to blame you for it. I have some things I need to talk to some people anyways, so I don't like balling things up and waiting. I know for other people that sitting on it is healthier.
What he said. Does it make you feel any differently about me?
We'll put aside the fact that it's Toxon, of all people. It doesn't really matter who it would have been. It doesn't change the fact that you are Lorelei Wildrose. That's all you are to me. Because throughout what I've been going through, you've never looked at me differently, being part corruptor and all. So I think that the same respect should be given to you no matter the case.
You wouldn't be part corruptor if...
If what? I didn't go in there willy-nilly and get stabbed with a needle.
No.
Well, that's not your fault. I don't blame anyone except for myself. You really do not have to shift that onto you. And I know you. You'll find a cure to this. I believe in you. Because I'm not going to just sit down and die from it either. I'll be waiting.
This whole time. I always thought when other people from the Feywild talked about people from here, you were all just heartless. But you have all been some of the kindest people I've ever met in my life. And to hear someone just disparage the people that I so desperately wish I felt a part of sometimes. I don't want to be treated any different just because I'm from somewhere else. I don't think people from the material plane deserve to be killed. I don't know where he got that stupid idea from. But it wasn't the Wild Mother. Like, it couldn't have been.
I can't tell you if that's the truth or not. You're gonna have to be the one that figures that out on your own. But we'll be there with you for each step.
Who knows? Maybe he's not even my dad.
Nothing's confirmed yet, so
Yeah.
we have that luckily.
Yeah.
But being realistic, we obviously just can't ignore the similarities right now. So, in the future, whenever we do find this guy, you're gonna have to be mentally prepared.
I don't know what my mother would have seen in someone like that.
Well, it seems as if not even Toxon has the full picture. So, you don't exactly know everything just yet.
I felt so disgusting hearing him say that the Bandit King would help me find a way home. To spare me. Like whatever fate he has planned is higher than the rest of you. It's the same way the Eladrin Council used to speak about people on this plane. It always rubbed me the wrong way. I grew up around it. I came to understand why... Not understand why, but came to understand that that's just the way they spoke. But spending, not even a year here, I couldn't understand wanting to destroy this place. I mean, yeah, it's bad. It sucks. It sucks a lot, but it's beautiful. Just like my home is. It's just different. But it's not. Oh, sorry.
Oryx is actually going to look over towards Dwell and give her, like, a glimpse and then a head nod over towards Lorelei. And you can kind of tell that this is a look of trust towards you after the conversations that we've had in the past about trying to be kinder to the people that we quote unquote work with. And he wants you to say something. And he trusts you to say something.
Dwell kind of opens her mouth in shock, and you can see her tongue's bleeding from having bit it, and her eyes are wide after the Bandit King father mention. Dwell very clearly is at a loss for most words and just kind of like walks over and pats Lorelei's shoulder and I was meaning to talk to you about the father thing earlier, and I don't know how to commiserate now about any of this. But you're clearly going through a lot. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, what happened. I don't have the full picture. But if there's anything I can do for you in this time, I suppose I would be happy to try and help.
Dwell. Oh, Dwell.
Dwell very genuinely is just like
oh no,
looking around.
I think Lorelei doesn't say anything. I think she just hugs you. You put yourself in the vulnerable position next to her.
You went in too close, Dwell. You went in too close.
yeah, literally.
And looks to Oryx. Like,
she's just like sobbing into your shoulder. It's not getting on your clothes because of her mask, but she's like bawling her eyes out.
Dwell is like, you can feel so tense against you, Lorelai, and like she's just staring at Oryx like, what the hell? What is this?
He has a very soft smile on his face, and he just nods in like a appreciation for you for doing good.
Dwell looks so confused, but like a little smug, I guess. I guess.
Yeah, I can be supportive. That's what I can do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. No, I was good enough to get a hug, I guess.
Hey, Dwell.
Why do I give you the satisfaction?
Yeah.
All this Bandit King talk reminds you of a rant your mother went on years ago.
Oh.
Oh no.
She and her former co-workers, Goheen, the Mining King, the Grand Huntress, all of them, they have been hunting this man ever since he started making an infamous name for himself. Obviously, he's a threat. He's caused so much problems. He's stealing. His followers are stealing from people, killing people. He's killed a lot of people. Innocent, guilty, rich, poor. His track record and body count have no rhyme or reason to them, other than the fact that he's just indiscriminate. And for a while, your mother tried to use her resources to just hunt him down. And that one night she swore to you. She came back looking more exhausted and more battered than she ever had before. She swore to you in that moment that she almost had him. That she almost got rid of the problem, but for some reason, some twisted miracle, he got away. The current moment, the only knowledge you have on the Bandit King is he is one of the very few people in all of Alpheum that has managed to outwit your mother.
I know my mama has some information about him, so does Goheen. If I can get a hold of my mother, and if one of you wants to go talk to Goheen about the situation, maybe we could, I don't know, get some more information. Figure out where to go from there.
Really?
Is that what you would want, Lorelai?
Maybe we just focus on what's going on and I can think about it.
You've got time. We've got plenty of stuff that we need to do before we even get back home anyways, so you've got
Those reports are well
plenty of
documented,
time.
they're not going anywhere.
Okay. Thanks. Lorelai will get off of you, Dwell, and she kind of gives you like an apologetic look, like, sorry, like, I know you don't like being touched.
Yeah, Dwell kind of shakes it off a little bit, like, not to be rude, just to, like, get rid of the tenseness, really.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, well, thank you for sharing, Lorelai.
Thanks for
And again,
listening.
if I can, I guess, get any of that information for you, don't hesitate to ask.
Thanks. Actually, I do feel a little better. It's not all fixed, but it's... I mean, you're right, it kind of does suck bottling it up.
Don't I know it?
It's much easier if you're just like me and just scream whenever you wanna.
You just
Don't have
scream
that
whenever you
luxury.
Well, not scream, I mean take it out on, I guess, whoever's nearest.
want. Oh yeah, you're good at that.
I swear sometimes it just feels like strays, really.
And you'll be catching a few more of them, I'm sure.
Probably, but At least I'll know that you mean well.
When have I never not meant well?
I don't know,
Mm,
couple of times.
couple of times.
We shift back to Marl following Rena through the streets of Arcton. Marl, it doesn't take a master navigator or a genius to know where she's going. She's heading towards the jail. Are you going to still just follow behind her, or are you going to try and stop her? Or are you just going to see how this plays out?
I'm not gonna stop her, but I will make it known that I am here.
Okay. She'll acknowledge your presence, but nothing more. Eventually, she arrives at the door to the jail. She's going to open it up. She's going to take one look at the guard. And he just kind of... He's very tense, because obviously he knows... This is her neighbor. He knows what she's going through, and he doesn't... At the moment, he can't find the words, and as he seems like he's about to say something, you see this glint in Rena's eyes, and there's a flick to her wrist. As suddenly, the keys that are safely locked on his belt snap off and enter her hand, and she keeps walking. And the guard sits there a little dumbfounded, and before he quickly scrambles, and he's like, "Oh, Miss Rena, hold on, what are you doing?" And the three of you who are standing outside of Toxon's cell turn to look and see Rena storming down the hall of the jail. And she doesn't even acknowledge any of you. She steps in front of Toxon's cell and just begins unlocking the door.
Hey, Rena, what are you doing?
She remains silent, continuing to open up the door. Lock after
That's
lock
not a
comes
good
undone.
idea.
Oryx will get up and go try and grab her. I know that sounds rough, but I have a feeling I know what she's about to do, so I am trying to stop her.
Roll me a dex saving throw.
Oh,
Okay. Try to push it back up.
can I give him guidance?
I don't think guidance is for saving throws. I don't believe.
I don't think it is either.
To any ability check using the chosen skill.
Ability check is different from a saving throw.
Oh, boo. It is. You're right.
3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, guidance wouldn't have saved you.
Oryx, you reach to grab her, and suddenly she just looks at you, and her gaze is different. There is... You lock eyes with her, and she normally has these very nice, calm blue eyes, but right now, they are blood red. And when I say that, I mean the pupils have turned red from the normal blue. There is something more behind them at this moment. And there is this pulse of energy. As Oryx, you get slammed into the wall as she opens up the door.
Can I... Am I allowed to try to cast something on her?
What are you going to try to cast?
I want to try to cast Levitate from my, necklace, the Icarus's Feather.
Let me see something real quick.
I would need her to make me a con save. Yeah, one creature or loose object of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration, which is 10 minutes. The spell can levitate an object that weighs up to 500 pounds. An unwilling creature that succeeds on a Constitution saving throw is unaffected.
Okay, she'll make the con save.
Cool.
That is a 19.
Oh fuck, guys, she beats it. We're cooked.
Here.
I do have hold person if I'm allowed to cast
I will let you cast
or
it.
attempt.
What is the
Okay.
what is the save? I think it's wisdom.
It is a wisdom save, yes.
18.
Oh, that matches.
She succeeds.
Oh, we're cooked.
So shoot.
I'd like to ring a swap.
We'll see. Marl, are you going to do anything? Because you're seeing all of this.
I am going to wait until she steps into the cell.
As the door opens to the cell, Rena's gaze turns away from all of you as your attempts to cast magic on her fail, and she either resists them or knocks you back. And, well, you watch her hold up her hand in a very similar position, one that you make so often, as she begins charging up an eldritch blast.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Wow.
Oh boy.
And I didn't even get that.
You'll get you'll get your chance next time. She hasn't fired yet, but
Yeah, but I gotta wait fucking 2 weeks. I hope I remember what I was going to do.
Write it down.
you better write it down, brother.
I was gonna say I already wrote down like 2 things I'm gonna try and do.
But yes, thank you all for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed the session, and we'll see you all next week for Pokemon Jade Eclipse, and in 2 weeks for yet another session of Adventures of Avacia, Heavenless Sky. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Boy.
Bye. Remember to get that paternity test before it becomes a problem.